Hello folks, this is Greg with Bushcraft, and I think today I'm going to do a little video on the KaBar fighting utility knife and the mods that I like to do to it. Make it a little more bushcrafty, a little more bushcraft friendly. Right, Storm? I'll make it a little more bushcrafty. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get them out. Yeah, I agree. Let's get them out of their sheaths. Okay, here we go. Now, the KaBar USMC, or the KaBar Fighting Utility Knife, is a very popular, very well-known knife, very beloved, and it's a great knife. It really is. But it can be improved to make it a little more bushcraft friendly. So this one here is practically unmodified. I've done nothing to this one. It's basically stock. Now, even when I'm going to keep one of these stock, the one thing I do is, you see that little sharp corner right there? You can see on each four edges right there, that little sharp corner, I usually grind that little corner down, because whenever you're gripping it hard, if you're doing any work, any tasks there, it has a tendency to bite into your hand. So that, even if I'm going to leave it pretty much bone stock, I like to ground down that just for comfort. Now, these two are both KaBars. This one here, this is the Ontario version, which I really like a lot. I believe it's the 498 is the model. Really like it. It's the US Ontario version. It's also 1095 high carbon steel. Really nice. I like them. The only thing I've done to this one is I re-profiled the edge. I put a different edge on it. Made it a little more convex. I just like the way it cuts better. Okay, so bushcrafty stuff. This one started off life just like this one. I've done a lot to it. The very first thing that I like to do is remove the coating. Now, this one has a coating on it. You can use a paint stripper. There's lots of different options for that to get the coating off. This one has like a phosphate coating, but this was more like it's almost like a paint. So you got to use some kind of stripper to get the coating off. I like to get the coating off for several reasons. One of which is it just helps the blade glide through material better, I find. I don't really put the coating on there to keep it from rusting, but as long as you use a good oil, keep your blade nice and lubed, you'll be fine. So that's the first thing to do. I'll strip the paint off. Then what I like to do is put a 90-degree spine on it. Now, not all of them come with a 90-degree spine, of course. Even after you strip off the paint, I like to sharpen the spine up so that way you can scrape material off of things. You can scrape bark. You can also strike a ferro rod. Makes it super useful. So that's the next thing I do. I 90-degree the spine. Then I like to cut the guard off here, because it comes with a double guard. And I just like to move that guard, because when you're trying to choke up to do finer tasks like this, it just bites right into your hand. So I like to remove that guard so you really choke up and get in there to do some fine work if you need to. Just really helps with those tasks. Edge-wise, I put a convex. Put a bit of convex edge on there. I like it. Where's the leather stacked handle? Use some kind of a sealant on it. I use just beeswax or fix-and wax is good. Waterproofs it, makes it really tough. Now, lastly, I personally like to take a little bit of the clip point off the end. I don't know how much of you can tell there, but the regular USMC, it has a clip point. So in other words, the point here kind of sweeps upward. And what I've done is I've ground it down. As you can see on this one, if you can see it side by side, it's kind of hard to tell. top of it a little better. Not so much, but I have ground down that clip point to almost more of a drop point. Now, the reason I did that is because when you use a knife with a clip point, if you're doing bushcrafty things, you can see right here, it's not a straight shot. Like, it's not a straight line from the back of your knife through to the point. Now, why is that important? Well, when you're doing bushcraft type things, you want to be able to drill. And when your knife has a clip point like this one, you have to kind of angle it like this. It's not a straight line. It works. You can get it done. You can make it work. It's not as easy. So what I do is I make it more of a drop point, so it's more, as you can see, it's more of a straight line. There you go. It's more a straight line from the back to the front. It almost, the profile now, it almost resembles a Randall. If you've ever seen a Randall Model 14, which I might do a bushcraft video one of these days, because it's not a safe queen. I use it, as you can see. It's a much more straight line to go right down in and drilling holes. Much easier. You're straight up and down, as opposed to have to crook your arm sideways to get that drilling in. But there you go, folks. It's real simple. It's not a whole lot of heavy modifications done. So yeah, that's what I like to do for my USMC KaBar knives. The dogs are going crazy. Calm down, dogs. Anyway, thanks for watching.